Just had another hilarious rev at a hilarious time because they're working with someone. They know when I listen. And he goes, oh, daddy's coming in. He's like, fucking funny as fuck. So I'm just going to leave that there for a minute. Alright, well, I just, so I don't, I've got, got to go get a haircut. I look like this. Why did that happen? Because they wouldn't do that? What do you reckon? I think they're top shit. They think they can plant. See, these days, wealthy people, it's a scary planet. They can break into your house, plant cameras around. You wouldn't even know they are. They're really small. Definitely they've got money. They're Wi-Fi and all sorts of things. They get powered up by little pads, all sorts of stuff. By batteries, all sorts of areas. They can send actually energy to it if they get close. We've got some cool devices, so rich people can do some cool shit onto you, right, to manipulate. And what we're in the world of? Ads and sales, manipulation. Huh? So you play Bart Simpson's world, you piece of cake. Hey, how's it doing it now? I call them skulls and shit. Oh. No, you just have bats. Science always gives us reason. Like it's a science, eh, people? Without science, we're just doing the caveman days, thinking the world's flat and listening to religious crazy. Religious lunatics. That's what slowed us down in a lot if you go back in history. Lunatic bloody religion people starting wars and their lunatic ways. It's still happening now. Behind the scenes, in Israel right now, it's a lunatic religion thing. Huh? That's why we like to call them lunatics. It would be good if they weren't so lunatic, eh? You need a few lunatic groups to make them all look like lunatics, eh? And those good ones can't even get rid of the lunatics. They just leave them alone because they're chicken shit. That's what they do. They live in their bubble. Just don't hurt us in our bubble. God will punish you. Right? You let me know in comments what you think, atheist. Well, I might be going back. I get what you talk about, isn't it? We do our studies. Without all our studies put together, you'll never really get a study. But these religion fanatics don't allow us to do this study because it stops them, you see. If they wanted to know something for real, they'd love all the studies in the world about it, wouldn't they? But they hide shit. Huh? That's all they do. And then they wonder why if it was real, why they wouldn't get the good side. Because there's nothing good left in the blue planet, is there much, people? Right? Not enough. And when they get good, they give up. See, humans, when they start to go, oh, my life's sweet, right, they give up. That's why they don't like helping people. Because their life's sweet. Right? But when they're down and out, like all the Gazans at the moment, they're all helping each other equally because they're all in the same boat. Right? But wouldn't it be good if all the world was in the same boat? We can help more people. We can actually go out in space and look for help. Help people out there. But that's a goal of connection and love. Right? You don't get that in this blue planet. We get greed and envy and I'm bigger and crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. The poor get poorer, just what they say. You want real truth? Listen to what the scientists are saying about it. Don't worry about the ones that the government picked for you. Right? We already see their outcome. And hopefully you're not working enough to get these things to go research. Because their goal is to make sure you're busy enough and got a kid and all that kind of stuff. Right? Make sure it's congratulations even though you don't want it. Right? To keep you busy. That's what the devil likes. Right? It wants you not to give it to the baby, you make a right decision when it's young and nothing. It'll sweet talk you and get to a point where you've got to keep it and all this. That's what the devil does. It loves souls. Right? Doesn't care if they fail or not. In this world, how far does it get? They'll be joining into a war soon. And that's no good, is it? And that's because we can't, for real, speak the truth collectively. We're all in our fantasies. Like the religion people back at their church going, it's great in this bubble, isn't it? Yeah, but apparently some of these religion people say you burn if you don't get to find out this information. Gee, that even sounds scary enough on this planet, doesn't it, people? Nothing exciting except control and terror. Best way of control is to create terror. Best way to create terror is to create confusion. Best way to create confusion is to hide information. Right? get angry. And humans get angry. And there's a few different areas of why we do what we do too. Why we leave ourselves behind collectively. But we talk all this magical stuff, makes you feel good, which is a good thing. But it's better to be truth, isn't it? Than a facade in the end. Some people say it's a good thing to tell your kids about Santa Claus. Right? Ones that don't find out about it succeed just as much as the ones that do, if not more. What does that tell you? Perhaps you shouldn't. Perhaps it was done wrongly. Right? Perhaps if you don't have the things around, you're doing the similar things, it doesn't work. Right? So you're lost. You're in the land of lost on that one. Anyway, let's put on another one and see if we get a coincidence. It's hard to capture them in a world that might know, right? But sometimes you do. It's like trying to chase down ghosts. Now the ghost hunters go, oh, it depends, innit? And when you're off, they seem to get things. A lot of things like that in life. What can we play? Let's play another one. Because I've talked about that people, you know, play things. When you play things, that's when they have the fun. If you wanted to bully someone and you're on the internet and you've got videos and you can watch them, what you do is you wait for them to watch the video, and as they hear things, you have someone around to bully you, right? You could do that. And spiritually, the spirit land could do the same thing. So it could be spiritual or it could be made up, right? And then without real evidence and communication, you're lost. You literally go nuts and people go, what are you talking about? Because you can't prove what you're talking about. Right? If you can't prove it, don't talk about it too much. Otherwise, they'll assume. And what happens if you've seen a spaceship, right? If you literally seen a spaceship right now, well, you've seen it. You try to tell people what happened to you here on this blue planet that's confused and lost and doesn't know how to do science and speak properly, they'll say you're crazy. You get it? But in another place, they'll go, oh, that's interesting. Let's find out about it. And before we call you crazy, then when we get our information, until we get it, we won't call you crazy. It's a little bit like you're innocent until you're proven guilty. Right? It's a proper way of thinking instead of just assumption, just is. Like, talk to me, mate. Okay, now shut up. Yeah, that's a just is person being a smart ass with their just is rules, right? Isn't it? Let's have a quick scan here. Another phone. I want to go pick this one here. I'm doing a scan pick. Sometimes I go look for them myself when it comes to these readings. I've done all sorts of tests that I'll talk about one day. Because like I just said, you can't talk about it properly until you got a group that's all interested and the other people want to get interested in what you're doing. So you got to show that it's possible, kind of thing. Get the theory, as the people do out there, and then you can go from there. Right? Till then, all you do is what I'm doing. We just video and talk shit, eh? See what happens. What happens with the ghost people after you just seen a ghost and they start recording? They go, shit. So if you really want to talk about ghosts and you get that problem, well, you need constant recording. Right? And then if you get nothing, well, there's your outcome to yourself. If you knew the truth, that they won't turn up on records, that you won't get them. Then maybe they've got rules, you know. Every area does have a way of working. Right? Which is what you see in ghost shows. You know, you've got ghosts. Can't do that. No, you've got to go scare them and all this kind of.
Well, God darn it. Yes. We got this main message. Wait to give you some great fortune. Yeah, this is a message here. Okay?
Some people could say on this one, could we get evidence? Which they're allowed to. Every opinion until you find out, right? He picked that out. He had that. Which is a possibility. So many possibilities. But I actually randomly just scrolled down there on that page. And some of them just pop up there. And I selected it. Right? What they call a random pick. And then sometimes I go, I'll go out and have a look what they've got to say. The titles might make me pick it. Right? I might just do a random scroll. A lot of times it goes by your energy you feel yourself. Talking about these manifests in your life, like talking about. Right? So you got to be careful what you teach your kids, what you talk around the kids, what your kids watch, right? And that's what we're trying to fix in this world at the moment. Where a lot of things are playing up. They all think it's all salesmen. I've noticed last 20 years we turned into a sale world. Money, 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 sell. cheap, cheap, cheap. No, money, money, money. Up and down. Take as much as you can. Because when you go money road, you see they go up and down. It means they try to bleed as quick as they can. Can't go backwards. Once it's going good, look, everyone's got too much money. They're like a real estate person. Hey, it looks like they got money. Let's put the rent up. Do you know what I mean? And then you stick in the old human instinct that no one really wants to listen, and similar things that we're all still trying to heal from. Anyway, let's see how that looks like. Now you can shape this thing into like a Christmas tree. Anyway, I've been on here, so let's go bum me today. Huh? Even though we're in a world of facade, which is, like I just said, what I just said is because of what others do. Like they say, don't read beauty magazines. They'll only make you feel ugly. Let me, how do I feel on here? Shitty hair, haven't had a haircut for ages. I had a shave yesterday. Managed to do that. Alright, I'll do that every now and then. I'll let it grow a bit and get home and cook it up. Now this is plastic. I thought it was the paper cardboard thing. I didn't have a really good look at it. But it's got a plastic crunch sound to it. So I don't need to coat it like I mentioned in the book. Arrested. Gee, they love that on there. A lot of people get arrested these days, they though. It's always someone getting arrested. Yeah, branches out like a tree. Pretty good for $3, no more than 4. So $3 something, $2 something. I ordered a few things, I'll double check it later, but it doesn't really matter. We'll say no more than 4. Things can get sold up to $20 and $30 in some areas. You know, the re-salesman, everyone wants a buck. But it causes everyone to be broke. And then some people don't need all the money and they store it. And it causes the world to have 10% of the money getting run around and lived off, while the 90% in the money game just holds it. Right? Have you ever played shops at home with Monopoly money? And then the bank has to bring out more Monopoly money because you've got a couple more other people spreading it out, they're buying, they're making good, they're making money, and then you've got to make more money. That's how our system's got to work. But that's how, because we have no, we've lost honour and culture and religion, we don't really have one, besides, can't explain it now, we've gotten wires, it's like this technology, we've gotten all this at once, and then we've got toys, and they're all coming out, and people will think of money first, because you think money first, they come at you quick. Huh? You think common sense, knowledge, steps, honour, and all these things, right? Not money first. Yeah, you can make money, you get away, I'm going to do this, right? Then you'll be right. But you do that and they don't do that, then that's why everyone's doing it, because they can't make everyone be the same. We need to all be the same. We're so connected, we have to either lose our connection, which is wars and shit. Walls and wars, right? Or get together. We can get together, we just were, but we're all fighting for what now? The latest iPhone? To try to get farms done? It's too hard for us? To get to the moon first. What are we fighting for? More girlfriends. A bigger bank account. My ego feels hurt. Is that what we're fighting for? Just think about it, people. Because that's what you're doing. Collectively. Well, you let it go in bubbles, but it all adds up like that. You let things go, what happens? Well, you can't. Collectively, we've got a household with a parent who's got a big mansion, and he lets those 3 kids do what they want. You know, those type of parents sometimes. Those 3 kids have to be the cleaners. I don't care, I just don't like them. Those 3, if anything happens, they got to go run out. They're the sacrifice. Is that how he's all right? That's the collective in the whole. So you got to put everything down. Everything comes in level. Household, government, whole, right? And where do we succeed? We hear about we're having problems at the house. So I think we're failing everywhere. You think we should pause building shit and just get along for a while and farm and build houses like we talk? Just do that, and that'll make us money and connection. There's lots of ways to connect. Going out, right, and having places where they go out and you get a job, and so you can go out. We have 10 fun parks. That gives me a job to go eat, and then the ones that want to eat can go out. Where are your priorities at, people? Hang on. You're bored of your iPhone like a woman needs a handbag every 3 weeks. What do you reckon? Hey, is it because the women always talk in the man's ear because they're so nice? that in the end they're controlling everything? Do you think about that, guys? I thought about that. You find out sometimes you're right in certain areas. Right? But in the end, and the Bible talks about that. Why does the Bible pick on the woman? Why am I picking on a woman now? Why do they say you are what you put out? What's history? What's time? What's just, what are we seeing out there? Because they're not looking at the size. They're not going, yes, you're right. Right? They go, no, I punched him in the head. No, yeah, I strangled him. But no, I didn't. No, it's just this. Huh? You got a good lawyer? Maybe they're the problem too. Have you heard about history of lawyers? Shit. Hey, if I was a lawyer now, I'd be freaking out. Such things that happen in history. When things go down, lawyers, no one likes lawyers. Right? So you got to be careful, lawyers, okay? In the system. Right? That's why you see the up and down, but sometimes they push it too far in that up and down. How much can we really take? How many people can we bully? How many Chinese people can grab the Chinese before they all revote? Can you just get 1 million out of that 100 million and we'll be right? Because that's what they're doing now. So millions still... Because you're all in numbers, you're all in your own bubbles. You've been programmed and groomed to it. Have you ever heard of grooming? Guess what? If an alien's rocked up, right, wanted to communicate to us, I do these series all the time, like I talk to aliens, right? And I go, imagine if I was talking to aliens now about the human race. Could we hook up with these people? Fuck no. Shit, it'd be the worst thing ever, man. You'll actually make them fight more. How's that for a society? They would fight more. Because you know the movies where you see people who's got Superman, and everyone wanted to war because Superman worked for America? That's humans. We're apes. We're barbaric. And the other ones, they're like, and they talk too much. It's the women. Yeah. Huh? But anyway, and we're all smart enough to move on from that, but we can't because we're stuck in it. Huh? And we need enough good people. We need enough. You know why the singers always and actors, why they use them? Because they're popular and people listen. We need more people that want to listen, no matter if it's money or not, to change their minds for real and keep it going. You've got to keep their mind focused. Otherwise, if you have this dude going, come here with your kid, which is all us trying to, right? You're not going to, too many parents, right? But anyway, we'll get there one day. We'll get serious one day. I'm hoping, right? You know what I think about this place? If we had Jesus rock up now, unless Jesus had backup and second coming, right? And he tried to be anything like him, he can be healing you like Superman, he could still get his ass kicked. Just check out Superman. If the world's not ready, it's not ready. You think the world's ready? What kind of world do you think would be ready for the next coming Jesus? I reckon that at least I'd be housed. You wouldn't see poor people much and all that. And that's when Jesus would want to come back and at least show you again and give you another test. There's no use coming back and redoing a test. Do you think that's a godly thinking? Let's go back while they're evil. We've already got a few stories of that. Sometimes it's good to do a couple of times. But if you've already got shitloads of stories of that, would you think they'll do it again? You'll be taking, hey, we're gamblers. You take a big gambling risk, don't you? But wouldn't it be better to head the other way now? Huh? Be the end of the devils, the history of our devil. We lost the sins. That's the devil's talking. We lost our sins. Everyone was healed 2,000 years ago, the Christians say. Then we look back in history, hey, maybe a bubble. We still got them. Where did Jesus actually take our sins? Right? He told you what you were. You're all a piece of shit. Right? Look at you doing good things. And then these dickheads go, thank you, you took our sins. You know why? Because he's not bitching at us and showing us that we don't cook tea and we don't do things right. Now I can go back to this. I'm out of the house. They're the guys I've dealt with them all the time, bordering and that. And you help out people. And then they come screaming and go, you trying to hook up with my missus? Huh? You do the dishes? Oh no, I don't do it. Oh, now you're making me do it. Oh mate, I've been in so many fights on that. Probably about 10. Still going to them. Because that's what happens when you're a good dude. And you have a lot of assholes around. They twist it. I got kicked out of the house pretty much and told off because I pruned the garden. And they rather go, it looks good with shit everywhere. It blocks the outer end because I like to stay inside. And I cleaned it all up. There were pine trees. There was actually a fire hazard. To the bottom, out this far with sticks, you know, pine trees. Couldn't even mow under it. Right in the back of a house. Never been pruned, nothing. parts everywhere with grass all growing through it. I just wanted to clean up the joint, right? And I got pretty much put in my place as a suck up or some shit. And I was bored and I needed to move around for my CF. But that's life, isn't it? That was someone to do with in my family and people I'm connected to, psychopath. That's what happens. Because they just assume something. Things that humans need to be educated to get out of. You want to succeed somewhere? Have good kids that won't assume when they get older so much and won't be idiots, right? And then we'll all move on. That's why they always go, when you want to restart, you usually got to start from the bottom. Hard to teach old dogs. Let them be paws, let them be them. Get to a neutral, right, that we can work to. And then everyone else has to upgrade, and that's what's meant to happen. And parents aren't meant to envy their kids and go, oh, you're better than me. They're meant to be better than you. That's called a success. Don't you want to succeed as a parent? Or you want to succeed as having a slave kid? Because if you wanted to be the top and you talk like that, that means you wanted a trophy. You wanted something for you so you look good and have something, there's my kid and my kid does this for me and I've got something to go to. That's shocking. Perhaps people don't have kids. Perhaps they're favoured by God. Huh? Because it's not all about spreading your seed. It's about passing the test as a soul. Then we get to go somewhere else. We're not here to just keep popping kids out. Huh? You had that in your previous life. Why are you in a rush again, everybody? You know that in the spiritual realm? Do they really practice what they talk about here? Or is it just propaganda? Because I get serious of what I do when I do it. Gives you answers. Yeah. We're going to get some life going on this, isn't it? You don't want anger, because anger makes you not think. You want to have drinks and all sorts of crazy things. And yet we do need some of these things, but anything of anything too much of anything is not a good thing. There's a balance for everything. It's the number one rule. How do you get that balance? How do you balance your studying so you can keep studying? How do you study safely? How do you cruise? You go a bit slower. You get it? Things like that. But when you're all about money and rush, and me, what are you going to get? You get Earth, everybody. And the aliens watch us. While we study us, they are watching how we roll. We're getting studied too. Imagine when you find that out. How would you feel then? You know what's better to get rid of that when you want these top people? They don't exist. That's what cavemen said about TVs. Get that? Right? So that means you're in a way, you're still a caveman. Right? You're not as bad as a caveman, you're caveman 10. Right? You get it? Because you can't see further ahead, you see the vision. Obviously you're meant to be still there. Right? That's what upgrades are. Just something get it, and if you go along with them, so next coming Jesus, go along with them, becomes a good thing. Or you can wipe them out, because you're envious and jealous. That'll keep your genes back. It's like when the X-Men start getting people powers. Well, you can work with them, you can take them out, of course if they're bad, but you got to work with them. You can all go, oh, I'm going to be racist. You got powers, I don't. Yeah, let's get them. It's not fair, isn't it? That's childish. It's Caveman 10. Right? You got Caveman 4000 up there, and you're a Caveman 10. And how long has it been? 30,000 years. That planet over there, been 10,000 years in our experiment. He's the next alien. Right? They're past you. Have you ever seen people go like past people like that? I've talked about that with people, 30-year-olds that haven't had a license, and I'll be like, look, you're this long, I bet you someone in 2 years, you just barely get their license, right? So they're going to be 18, will have a license before you, and then they do, and then they do, and then they do. What type of people are they? How much motivation do they have? What's wrong with them? Could be depression, could be lots of things. Yeah. Bella and Tim, I'll call this one. Bella and Tim. Now I'm doing this because I'm bored. If I had a car, I could travel around and people actually debate, which I'll be able to do. Real debates happen, trust me. I wouldn't be doing this right now. I've already done enough of it. I've done it. I would have done it till it got me to the point where I already figured out ages ago. And now I'm just making more work for others. Making the ones that need more somatic. Huh? Sometimes you got to keep showing, keep showing. You get it yet? Have you got it yet? No. Yeah, and then you get to the part where you just give up, which is what I'm nearly at now. But I'm on house arrest, pretty much, with my illness, right, and with the law. I've got to hope that I can still able to quickly do something. So I'm going to go have a chat again soon. I need another medical certificate. And go see my parole officer. Because I was doing community work. To go do some more community work. Find out what I can do. Because the work I was doing was dangerous and wrong. Right? Which is hilarious because I'm going to bring out a story about it later that it wasn't. But in some cases, you've got to get a lawyer and wait for things. You know how it goes. Our system that's so not perfect. And congratulations, you had another baby. World War III is not too far away. Right, high probability. Right, that's not two congratulations, is it? Right? But it'd be excellent to always say that truthfully. And I don't say that because I haven't had a kid before or I'm jealous. A lot of people would say that. You can if you want to. I'm just talking about the truth. And if I had a kid, even if I could have a kid, and I probably will, I'm still in the same boat as you. What can we do, eh? I guess that's the answer. We just do and hope. But we don't really have the right hopes in the right areas and right leaders and the right do's. What do you reckon? It's because of all evil money. But we always need currency. There will always be currency. So it's always still up to us, isn't it? How many times do we want to reset? And it's terrible because every time a reset happens, all the adults die. It's the best way we see it. That's why they kidnap the young. And when viruses come out, or they made a virus, they'll get it to attack the sick and old and that because they want to restart. And then the ones that want to restart, they want to teach them. So everything's taught, like they always say, we looked after the first human, you get it? Probably aliens with us, I reckon. But it could have been slowly changed like the monkey theory, right? But we could have had a sudden change where we could have been different. There's still questions asked. We've got a long way because we're caveman 10, right? And yeah, but we're enjoying ourselves at the moment. It's like passing year 6 and you go to high school. You know when you get that, woohoo, I'm passed, I'm better, right? But you might get stuck at that, right? And then you get to high school and you find out you're not that cool. And then you get to the end of that and you're like, woohoo, I'm cool again. I know everything, I'm better. But then you can pause if you want, right? Some people, or you find out you're really not. You want to get somewhere else. You want to do the badge. You got to do their way as well. You can't do it another way of thinking. You have to go through these systems then. And so you got to go to college. And you're like, oh shit, and then you're lost. Right? And then you go to college, and then you go out in the real world and you find out a lot of things you learn about being honest and all these things are false and you can't use it, and you have another life. Holy shit! That's the Blue Planet. What do you reckon? But anyway, we've got a whole reading there. And I was trying not to get coughed out. And a spit, as I talked about. And I'm going to turn that on, and then we'll just play around with it a bit. See how it looks in the dark. Give it a couple more turns. But I'll blab a lot at the moment. As they say, I talk too much. So I should have been a good talker in some sort of job like that. And in my illness, that's actually quite perfect. You know what I mean? How do you get into such fields when there's always someone better that can probably healthier too? So who's in these fields, right? These fields should actually be full of disability people when it comes to speech, right? And basic sitting around science. When it comes to healthy people, they should be builders and runners and use what the healthiness. But you see these healthy people sitting around. Isn't that odd? And yet there's these other people that need these healthy people to go get a job and they can't get that sector, farmers and that. And disability can't get a sector because these healthy people are taking the easy jobs. What do you reckon? That could be a big factor there. Something to look at. I would if I was in certain areas. Perhaps they're like that because of the pay factor. The pay factor can fix some of these things by equalising pays in certain areas. Huh? Keeping it more the same, not letting people have the discretion. Or at least have the same, and then if people want to get bonuses, you've got to give reason what they're doing more of, not just favouring. Right? Things like that, just little changes. I just said that just like that. You didn't think about it, nothing, and I said that just because I know policies and these changes, and I've been talking about things. That's what talking is. The more we talk about, the more easy it stays in your brain. Yeah. Comes up, learn shit. Comes easy. No need scripts. Shit, next question. If I haven't studied it, I'll get back to you. Circle back. But then you go study it. There's a lot of things you can study overnight, a lot of things. You got a lot of teenagers running around now looking for 5 minutes ago, I'm pro this. You're wrong. You're wrong. I've had fights with people, huh? They look up something because we got different information everywhere. It's a little bit like the Aboriginal stories of the snake. You know, there's different stories of it, but it all lines up to kind of like the bits in Bibles, right? But everyone goes, no, it's just that one, it's just that one. No, you got it wrong because they haven't seen it all. Right? You got to put it all together. That's what information collected is. So if you want a really good job, or you just want to get smart, you don't have to have, it's not, information collecting is not all about just getting to a job. It's about, do you want to know? Do you want to be a person who gets stuck out in the bush? You go out in the bush but you don't know it? You got a probability of getting a problem. So you either learn that you're going to let someone else do it and you always know they're there, and if they are, and there's plenty of them, it's a good opportunity, we all take gambles. And if there's not many, maybe perhaps you should learn it. It might come handy. It's always good to have the survival. Every kid should always go to scouts and that, because it's something that you might forget, but it comes back to you when you need it too. You think long enough. That's the good thing about old information. Or you'll learn it quite quick, or you'll still remember bits that'll get you through. But kids should have certain things. It should be basics. People should have the basics to cook, and yet we're getting, these are things they say they teach, and yet we're getting all these people who don't know how to do it. Huh? Because everyone's passing their tests, everyone's getting everyone else to do their things for them. What do you reckon? But anyway, that's what we're getting. And when I ask and go, like, were you out in the bush right now? Would you do a campfire? Would you leave? Would you freak out? A lot of people freak out just losing their phone now, man. They'll be depressed about the phone, they can't think, and if you can't think, well, you're going to make the situation worse. Anyway, let's go, I'm going to go get a plug to plug this in. We'll have a look at it. I want to get some light. Now the solar ones have come on. I'm going to take them out. And we're going to go elsewhere. It might be a little bit too much for all of it on. Seems like they're driving them out, aren't they? Oh, there we go. See that? Whoa! Did you see that? Besides that one. I just plugged it in. We went, oh, yeah, yeah. Right. And it's not even plugged in. Had a little charge in it. Charge plugged in. Okay. Oh, I'm going to give it something like that. Yeah, just change this over. I'm going to make up a box. It's not going to make up a box tomorrow. This is, I got a cheap too. It did come with the, I could have to pay $10, I think, for the cheapest one I found. That wasn't like on the last stop sale. Multicolour, you can get multicolour or certain colours. And this one's just standard. One colour that does all the features in and out. I'll get the fading in there. So, black and warm. Off Temu. There you go. That's alright. I might leave the colourful one out yet, but that's all right. Give it a little twist like up in the middle or something. What do you reckon? There you go. Light up the tree a bit, and looking out here and it's been a bit dark. So the backyard needs a bit of light. Step on myself. Wow, here we go. As far as I can go. And of course, in the next few clips at night and stuff, you'll get to see it more. Anyway, have a good one, everybody, and see you later.